What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Smith and Wesson M&P M2.0. So this is Smith and Wesson's full-size pistol variation. This is one of their newer models here, and this one offers a lot of awesome features that the original model did not offer. So before we kind of dive into this one, this thing runs about $600. You can pick it up pretty much anywhere on the internet. You can find this pistol right here. So this thing was not sent out to us by Smith and Wesson. This was not a sponsored video by any means whatsoever. So there's that disclaimer there. The only people that are supporting us is you. So that's usually through Basement Operator. So go check us out. You can buy this sweet t-shirt right here at basementoperator.com. And any of the proceeds go to helping out the channel with ammunition or, you know, helmets. I don't know, whatever the dumb stuff we buy with it is. Targets and spray paint. Who knows? So let's dive right into kind of the specs and features of this Smith & Wesson. So this one's a really, really nice model. This is one of their upper end models, and it has all the bells and whistles that you would be looking for in kind of a tactical firearm. All right. So first things first, you can see this has the beautiful tan Cerakote. Now this Cerakote reminds me a lot of like the Glock 19X or the SIG M17, all those FDE pistols. FDE looks badass on a pistol. So Smith & Wesson was taking notes and they were like, let's make this FDE. Looks great, you know, obviously. This one does have optics plate, so it's optics ready. So you pull the plate off, get you a plate for whatever optic you're mounting on it, and you're good to go. The sights on it are just white dot sights. You can't see that, but take my word for it. It's very basic sights. I mean, there's nothing special to them whatsoever. But, you know, they work and they're half decent, so we stand them. Moving to the slide, this is a steel frame right here, and it has awesome slide serrations up top. So whether that means you're grabbing it from the top or you're grabbing it from the back here, there's serrations on the back and on the front, and that's really useful in kind of, you know, being able to get a good hold on it and not slipping it around when you're super sweaty or if the gun's soaking wet, whatever it may be, just helps you get a better grip on it. All right, moving further down the firearm, we hit the polymer frame. The polymer frame has a safety, so this version does have an ambidextrous safety. I know a lot of people aren't super big fans of safety systems on pistols. They prefer, you know, like the Glock or like some of the M17s where they don't have a manual safety. I get it, I understand it, but a lot of people still like their firearms to have safeties, and this Smith & Wesson does have a safety. Other basic stuff, you got a little Picatinny rail piece here. I don't have a light for it right now, and I don't really plan on getting a light for it. This pistol is a loaner, and we've just had the pleasure of, you know, using it on the channel. Let's see, what else is really cool about this pistol? Stippling on the grips. So this comes with extra stippling on the grip from Smith & Wesson. It's supposed to help recoil mitigation, holding onto the firearm better. It's one of their key selling points. Another key selling point they have is their trigger. So this is a flat face trigger. This one does have a little safety system in it, kind of similar to a bunch of other trigger systems in the world. One thing we did notice while we were testing and shooting this thing was it's kind of like my cameraman calls it a 3-stage trigger, but it's not really. You have your first little safety system, and then you kind of have a little click when you're there. So your take up before you get to the actual wall, there's a click also, and then you have your actual break. So we're gonna go through this. So there's the first initial take up, and then you hearing that?
That's not you pulling the trigger.
That's not me pulling the trigger. No, yeah. So that's not me pulling the trigger, and then you have your actual trigger pull. Yeah. So we thought that was weird. You know, it might just be part of the trigger, but we just thought it was funny. It doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. And that's kind of their trigger. It's the M2.0 flat face trigger. And I'm reading this off of Smith & Wesson's website. It's for more consistent finger placement and allows for more accurate and repeatable shots. Other than that little weird click, I think the trigger's perfectly fine. It doesn't have a very audible reset. But I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal on a pistol to have a very audible reset. So it's not that super crazy of an idea. For the mag release, that's one thing you guys will notice. The mag release is actually the guy that is shooting this. He has small hands. So the guy that's letting me use this has small hands. His thumb can't reach the actual mag release. So he has it placed on the other side. So when he's shooting it, and I kind of didn't mess with it when I was shooting it and reviewing it. So he's shooting it, he's hitting it, and he's dropping back down. He's hitting it, he's taking his finger off the trigger, pulling it down, and then hitting the mag release. So if you see me do some weird stuff in the B-roll, that's why. So it's like pow, 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 pow. So it's odd not doing the normal thumb mag release. Oh, speaking of magazines, Smith & Wesson did only come with 2 mags, which kind of sucks. I like to see at least 3 because, I run 2 on my belt and usually 1 in the in the firearm. So I like to not have to, magazines are expensive. I don't get a lot of this stuff sent out with multiple magazines, so I don't like to have to buy a ton of extra magazines. And I wish if they came with 1 or 2 more holsters. We were using a Dara holster, so big shout out to Dara because they're awesome. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. If you go to takesomeoneoutdoors.com/links, you can find them there. We get all of our holsters from Dara. They make great holsters. They use the ALQD system, which means you can take the holster off just like this. And I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this, Hunter? Maybe, kind of. You just attach it back on. We really like the system, and we really like the people down there. They're out of North Carolina, so go check out Dara. We really support them a lot, and they make some great products. We've never had a problem with any of their stuff. We use their holsters and their mag carriers and whatnot. So big shout out to Dara. In terms of anything else on this pistol, that's kind of it. There's a lot of nice features. It is a really pretty pistol. It looks good. It looks very tactical, FDE tactical. All of that great stuff that you want with a tactical firearm. So how we've shooting it, how we've shot it, and do we like it? We like it a lot. Smith & Wesson is a very, very, name brand firearm manufacturer, and their M&P series has been very popular. And this is one of the first experiences we've had with this particular model. And I don't know if we were very hesitant coming into it. I was a little bit more than my crew was, and we've been a fan of it. I think it is a very good shooter. It's accurate. We haven't had any issues whatsoever in terms of feed problems or magazine problems or anything. And the guy that actually owns this pistol and that's letting us use it, he loves it a lot, and he really wanted us to do a review on it, and because of how much he enjoys the firearm and how it's performed for him. Now, with that being said, he is your everyday gun owner. He is not a very tactical shooter, and he took a different approach to it than we did. He got it because he just wanted a full-size pistol. And I think that's a very valid thing you can do. If you're just looking for a good full-size pistol and you want something that's reliable, that holds 17+1, this firearm is a very good option. It's right up in the range of like a Glock 47 or an M17. This has some more features than like a Glock 47 or a Glock 17, and I think it's really on par with like the SIG M17. You're really just buying different name brands at that point, especially for the price point, because all these are floating around $600, and you're essentially getting the same pistol. It's just one's a SIG, one's a Glock, one looks a little bit different, one's a little bit thicker, one weighs a little bit more. I mean, there's nuances to them all, but essentially they're all, FD full-size firearms, like this one right here. Some of the different ones, well, then it starts to get into more money. I was going to say the VP9, but the VP9 that we have comes with like a threaded barrel and other features, night sights, suppressor sights. But for the most part, for that $600 range, this is what you get, and it's a good buy for the money. So I think we're gonna wrap this video up right here, or pull out whatever Hunter says we do. And we really appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button because it does a lot for the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one. As always, peace.